Diddy rejects plea deal amid serious federal allegations. Sean Diddy Combs has made it clear he will not accept a plea deal that requires an admission of guilt to trafficking and coercion charges. His legal team maintains that all encounters in question involved consenting adults, and he's prepared to defend his innocence in court. "This is Mr. Combs' choice, and he's made it," said a representative close to the defense. He believes in his innocence, and more than that, he feels a duty, not only to himself and his family, but to others who may feel wrongfully targeted by the system. Family ties at the center of prosecution strategy. Sources familiar with the case have confirmed that Christian Combs, Diddy's eldest son and rapper known as King Combs, has been cooperating behind the scenes with federal prosecutors in New York. This development emerges just days before Diddy's trial begins on serious federal charges. Court documents include a sealed memo suggesting that Christian is expected to testify. Prosecutors believe he possesses key information about flights, guest lists, and financial transfers linked to private parties held in locations such as Miami and the Hamptons. Events now central to the government's investigation. Explosive allegations from inside the inner circle. Authorities claim that between 2015 and 2022, exclusive gatherings organized by Diddy were part of a broader illegal operation. Former federal prosecutor Mark Diaz commented that testimony from immediate family members is rare and can be decisive in conspiracy cases. The plea deal Diddy turned down reportedly offered a sentence of up to 12 years. His defense is now bracing for a high-profile courtroom battle. As of now, it's unclear whether Christian has secured any immunity in exchange for his cooperation. Federal raids and digital evidence. Momentum in the investigation picked up in March when federal agents searched Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami, seizing phones, computers, and financial documentation. According to defense insiders, at least 14 of the seized devices include private conversations between Diddy and Christian, now a focal point for prosecutors seeking in-court confirmation. "There is a real challenge in jury selection," said one legal analyst. "Many people have already formed strong opinions, drawing comparisons to other infamous cases involving celebrities. Family loyalty versus legal pressure." While Diddy maintains his innocence, Christian's alleged cooperation has raised questions about internal dynamics. Legal analysts suggest he may be trying to shield himself from fallout, especially after evidence began linking him to organizing flights and events now under scrutiny. Investigators say some charter flights were paid for by shell companies associated with Bad Boy Entertainment. These flights reportedly transported high-profile guests to events where illegal activities may have occurred. Diddy's legal team denies all allegations, calling the government's theory an unfounded attack on a public figure. "Dragging a son into this as leverage against his father is a low point," said Aaron Sussman, Diddy's lead defense attorney, urging the judge to review the sealed memo before trial proceedings begin. What Christian might reveal. Though Christian's legal team has remained silent, insiders claim he has met with prosecutors on multiple occasions. Allegedly, he is prepared to speak about private jet passenger manifest financial transfers from related companies, encrypted app chats during events, security roles at parties, distribution of money, post-event guidance issued during early media inquiries, growing pressure on Diddy's network. As the investigation deepens, other members of Diddy's circle may come under scrutiny. Reports indicate that Justin Combs and Quincy Brown have also been contacted by federal agents. So far, neither has agreed to cooperate formally. 50 Cent recently claimed to have documents implicating other celebrities tied to Diddy's ventures, fueling online speculation. Prosecutors have begun issuing subpoenas related to appearance fees, endorsements, and how revenue was distributed. Industry reaction and cultural impact. The entertainment community is split. While some express sympathy for Christian's predicament, others argue he's doing the right thing. "We can't demand transparency and then criticize the first person willing to come forward," said veteran journalist Danielle Harper. Diddy's influence on music and culture over the decades is undeniable. From the mid-90s through the post-pandemic era, his parties attracted icons from music, film, sports, and tech. But now, prosecutors argue those same events may have served a darker purpose, allegedly acting as recruitment platforms for illegal activities. Diddy's defense strongly refutes these claims, calling them fabricated and sensationalized. What's next? The sealed testimony could be pivotal. Legal scholars note that when a close family member turns witness, it often provides both context and credibility that documents alone cannot. "Paper trails show how something happened. Family shows why," said Grace Harris, a Loyola law professor who specializes in high-profile legal cases. The trial is set to begin soon, with jury selection underway. Diddy's attorneys remain resolute, aiming to prove not only their client's innocence, but to challenge what they see as a broader misuse of legal power. Diddy's legal team digs in, denies son's involvement. Sean Diddy Combs' attorneys are preparing to challenge every aspect of the federal government's case, including claims involving his son Christian. The defense insists Christian was not involved in any illegal activity and had no knowledge of the alleged operations. But the growing media storm is revealing cracks within the Combs family, both generational and emotional. As the high-profile trial approaches, jury selection is expected to conclude quickly, within just 3 days. Despite the intense public interest, observers have expressed surprise at this fast pace, given the case's complexity and celebrity attention. If people walk into the courtroom expecting a slam-dunk case from the prosecution, and it turns out to be weaker than expected, that could actually benefit the defense, said one legal commentator. Christian's public persona versus private scrutiny. Earlier this year, Christian Combs made it clear he was focused on his music and fashion brand, not finance. Friends say he was visibly shaken by the March raids, particularly footage showing federal agents storming Diddy's Los Angeles mansion, a studio space Christian often used. The plea deal Diddy declined would have required him to admit to one charge of coercion and another related to trafficking, forfeit firearms seized in the raids, and pay $20 million. His legal team rejected the offer as too severe, arguing it wrongly portrayed him as the mastermind behind a criminal network. No agreement that frames our client as a conspirator will ever be acceptable, attorney Aaron Sussman said outside the courthouse. Prosecution to launch with family testimony. With jury selection kicking off Monday, all eyes are on whether Christian Combs will take the stand early. Prosecutors have hinted he might be their opening witness, an unusual and bold strategy meant to shape jurors' perception from the outset. Having a close relative testify first can lock in a version of events that's hard to walk back later, said former U.S. Attorney Mark Diaz. Meanwhile, the entertainment industry is feeling the ripple effects. Liquor distributors have paused orders for De Leon Tequila, a brand tied to Diddy. However, interest in Bad Boy Records' music catalog has surged on streaming platforms as fans revisit the sounds that shaped an era. Legal strategy and final moves defense attorney Aaron Sussman is preparing a vigorous cross-examination of any cooperating witnesses, including Combs' own son Christian, whose testimony is widely anticipated, though his role remains under seal. Meanwhile, expert witnesses from both sides, a sociologist for the defense and a digital forensic analyst for the prosecution, are poised to offer sharply contrasting views on the intent and structure of Combs' social events. Judge Subramanian will finalize pretrial matters at a conference on Monday morning. All signs point to an intense and high-profile court battle that could reshape the legacy of one of music's most influential figures.